Liberal colleague there from New South Wales, Andrew Bragg. He wants the voice to the government, this Indigenous voice, to be dealt with in a referendum. I presume he means a referendum at the next election. Others want it voted on in the parliament. They want it legislated this side of an election without the Australian people having their say. I don't support either view here. I don't think we divide Australians by race, but I'm interested in your view.
I think you've hit on something really important, and that is we are all Australians, and the purpose of our government frameworks, the purpose of the Constitution that governs us, is to bring us all together as one. It's not constructive, in my view, to divide Australians into classes or races or genders or anything else in the government document that divides responsibilities across this nation. And while we have a process underway as a government, it's called the co-design process for what a voice to Parliament might look like. That's still to come. It'll be the product of considerable consultation, but we mustn't forget that while there has been enormous consultation with, I guess, a peak group of Indigenous people, all Australians deserve a say on this, and that's why it's something that shouldn't be rushed, it should be done properly, and it should be done with an eye to our social cohesion.
Well, the only way to give all Australians a say is to have it as a referendum, Campbell. And of course, Ken Wyatt has said he's not going to move on the referendum idea at this stage because he doesn't think it would pass, and instead is going to run it through the parliament. Now, that says to me, you can't get it up with the people, so you'll backdoor it through the parliament. I think that's wrong.
Well, it is wrong, absolutely, and I don't agree with Senator Bragg either. I have not supported this issue in the way it's been presented for most of the reasons Senator Stoker said, that we shouldn't be dividing people by race, and there is representation for any Australian regardless of their religion or their race, how long they've been in this country, whether they've been here for, their ancestry is thousands of years, or people who just came in as a refugee, 4 or 5 years ago. All of us get the opportunity to have our voice heard. And I will never support this. I will, if it goes to some sort of community consultation, I'll always say that, and I would never support a constitutional amendment as well. This is just a bad idea. And I'm sorry, but I can also point to a number of Indigenous leaders who feel exactly the same way, because they actually do get it. And they want to provide real solutions to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander disadvantage. And it's about, in those communities, doing the things to get good health care, to get better educational standards, and to end the violence, particularly against women and children.
Yeah, and look, I want more Indigenous people in the parliament. Like Jacinta Price, I'd hand out how to vote cards for any of them, because I think that's the place where you have the broadest reach of the Australian population.
Absolutely.
That's where you make the most difference, and you're there on your merits. You're not there because of some other reason.